Fasten your seatbelts as we delve into the untapped potential of African minerals and how they could power America's future. As it stands, the world, and particularly the United States, is heavily reliant on China for the supply of critical minerals. These precious resources are vital cogs in the machinery of modern life, powering everything from smartphones to electric vehicles and even our transition to green energy. But here's a thought. What if we could diversify this supply chain? Africa, a continent rich in minerals, offers a promising alternative. Its vast untapped reserves could be just what we need to fuel our future. But this is no simple switch. There are challenges to overcome, opportunities to seize, and a whole new dynamic to understand. Could the solution to America's green energy transition lie within the African continent? Stay tuned to find out. Africa, a continent rich in critical minerals, stands ready to contribute to global value chains. Recent events and expert opinions suggest that this untapped reservoir of resources could hold the key to powering America's green energy transition. Currently, the United States relies heavily on China for these critical minerals, but Africa's significant reserves could provide an alternative, more diversified source. However, there are regulatory hurdles to overcome. The Inflation Reduction Act, or IRA, as it's currently structured, presents limitations on engagement with African nations. This risks ceding the African market to China. But what if we could amend the IRA to include African nations? This idea isn't as far-fetched as it might sound. In fact, it's a proposal that's gaining traction among experts. The amendment would involve the inclusion of African nations participating in the African Growth and Opportunity Act, or AGOA. This act has been instrumental in encouraging investment and securing critical minerals, and its inclusion in the IRA could substantially strengthen commercial ties between the U.S. and Africa. The potential benefits are immense. The U.S. could diversify its mineral suppliers, reducing dependency on China, and boost its green energy capabilities. At the same time, African nations would gain the opportunity to contribute to global value chains, fostering economic development and growth. But it's not just about economics, it's also about forging stronger ties and alliances. By investing in Africa, the U.S. could foster a relationship built on mutual benefits and shared goals. It's an opportunity to create a partnership for the future, a partnership built on the foundations of sustainable energy and mutual growth. The amendment of the IRA could be a game changer, strengthening commercial ties and securing critical minerals. It's a proposal worth considering, a step towards a future where African minerals could power America's green energy revolution. While the potential is immense, unlocking African mining investment is not without its challenges. Let's delve into the complexities of this scenario. Big mining companies are often hesitant to expand their operations, especially in Africa. The reasons are manifold, from the high costs involved in setting up new mines to the risk profile associated with the continent. These risks can range from political instability to infrastructural deficits, which can significantly increase operational costs and unpredictability. Simultaneously, the world is witnessing robust commodity prices and shareholder demands for investment. Yet, capital spending by mining companies is anticipated to decrease in the coming years, and exploration spending may fall by 10 to 20%. This presents a paradoxical situation where the demand is high, but the willingness to invest and expand is low. However, a new trend is emerging. Companies are increasingly feeling the need to reduce their dependence on China for battery minerals. This is largely driven by the growing demand for electric vehicles and green energy solutions, which require a steady supply of these minerals. And where can these minerals be found in abundance? You guessed it right, Africa. This is persuading companies to reconsider their investment strategies and look towards Africa as a potential source for these critical resources. But it's not just about extracting minerals, it's about doing it responsibly. As emphasized by Representative John Curtis, there's an urgent need for responsible extraction practices. This means ensuring that mining activities do not lead to environmental degradation, and that the benefits of these activities are shared equitably with local communities. Overcoming these challenges could open up a world of opportunities, securing America's green energy future. As we step into this future, the role of African minerals cannot be underestimated. It's a complex puzzle to solve, but the rewards could be well worth the effort. As we stand at the cusp of a green energy transition, the the role of African minerals cannot be underestimated. Africa, with its vast reserves of critical minerals, holds the potential to power America's green future. Imagine a world where the lithium in your electric car battery, the cobalt in your smartphone, or the copper in your solar panels could all trace their roots back to the African continent. But beyond the minerals, it's the relationships that matter. Building commercial ties with African nations is not just about securing resources, it's about fostering partnerships, encouraging investment, and promoting sustainable and responsible extraction practices. The strategic importance of diversifying our mineral suppliers cannot be overstated. The United States' heavy reliance on China for critical minerals is a vulnerability that needs addressing. By including African nations in the Inflation Reduction Act, we can strengthen these ties, secure critical minerals, and pave the way for a more sustainable and resilient green energy sector. As we move towards a green future, it's clear that the road may well be paved with African minerals.